Welcome to this edition of Ethical Sustainable Investment News and Analysis to Profit By. I'm Ron Robbins, an ethical investing pioneer for over 40 years, quoted in the Wall Street Journal, MarketWatch, the Globe and Mail, and numerous other media, and founder of the highly respected global ethical sustainable investing information website, Investing for the Soul. And please listen to my disclaimer statement at the end of this podcast. Now enjoy this podcast. Hello, Ron Robbins here. So welcome to this podcast, episode 133, titled Best Vegan and Climate Tech Stocks. It's presented by Investing for the Soul. Investingforthesoul.com is your site for vital global ethical and sustainable investing mentoring, news, commentary, information, and resources. Now remember that you can find a full transcript and links to content, including stock symbols and bonus material, on this episode's podcast page located at investingforthesoul.com/podcasts. Also, a reminder, I do not evaluate any of the stocks or funds mentioned in these podcasts, nor do I receive any compensation from anyone covered in these podcasts. Furthermore, I will reveal to you any personal investments I have in the investments mentioned herein. Additionally, quotes about individual companies are brief. Please go to this podcast webpage for links to the actual articles for more company and stock information. Also, some companies might be covered more than once, and there are also 2 article links below from the UK. Many ethical investors are vegan or vegetarian, and their ranks are growing. So this first article will interest them, but also numerous other investors. It's titled, The 3 Best Vegan Stocks to Buy in June 2024. It's by Muslim Farouk and seen on investorplace.com. Here's some quotes from the article. Their market leadership and recent fundamental achievements highlight their potential for long-term growth and rewarding shareholder returns. The first company is One Layered Superfood, has effectively carved a niche in the burgeoning plant-based food industry, serving a variety of natural and functional products from coffee creamers to beverage-enhancing supplements. Its diverse product lineup appeals to a range of customers, from turmeric coffee creamers to performance-enhancing mushrooms. 2. Vita Coco is another top vegan play, and it's easily the best pick from the list. It dominates the coconut water market with a 50% market share, offering a unique proposition from mainstream competitive sports and energy drinks. Also, it's a hit with health-conscious consumers and athletes, providing a laundry list of post-exercise recovery benefits. 3. Calavo Growers distributes avocados and other perishable plant-based foods, focusing on global retail grocery and food service customers. The company efficiently capitalizes on the increasing shift toward vegan-friendly options. To be fair, it hasn't been the most rewarding of vegan stocks, but recent results suggest it's turning a corner. End quotes. This next article is back to investors' favorite sector. It's titled 5 Renewable Energy Stocks with a High Yield. is by Liz Angeles and found on morningstar.com. Now some quotes from Miss Angeles. We included 5 stocks in the Morningstar North America Renewable Energy Index that provide attractive dividend yields and range from fairly valued to significantly undervalued. A ratio above 1 is considered overvalued, and a ratio below 1 is undervalued. So dividend yields and valuation ratios for 5 U.S. renewable energy stocks. Source Morningstar as of May 30th, 2024. First of all is Avangrid Inc. May 24 dividend yield 4.91%, price to fair value 1. Next is Eversource Energy, May 2024 dividend yield 4.83%, price to fair value ratio 0.79. 3 is Evergy Inc., 2024 dividend yield 4.77%, price to fair value ratio 0.82. Next is OGE Energy Corporation, May 2024 dividend yield 4.72%, price to fair value 0.93. And lastly, Gilead Sciences Inc., May 2024 dividend yield 4.71%, and price to fair value ratio 0.66. End quotes. Now continuing with the renewable energy theme is this article titled 5 Stocks with High Sustainability Ratings That Are Also Market Darlings. It's by Faizan Farouk and seen on equities.com. Now some quotes from another Mr. Farouk. 1. Next Era Energy generates the most North American wind and solar energy. The corporation has invested considerably in renewable energy and intends to cut carbon emissions in 10 years and eliminate all Scope 1 and Scope 2 carbon emissions. Future prospects are good for Next Era Energy, as earnings are expected to rise 8.24% to $3.68 per share next year. The company will benefit from the transition to sustainable practices and renewable energy sources, boosting its ESG credentials and long-term profitability. 2. Tesla. Tesla's main goal is to make greener electric cars. For a circular economy, Tesla recycles batteries and vehicle parts. To minimize fossil fuel usage and promote sustainable energy, Tesla invests heavily in solar panels and battery storage. All plants at Gigafactory Berlin and others are now carbon neutral. In the fourth quarter of last year, Tesla dominated the EV industry with 161,385 unit sales, up 23% from the year before. As an ESG investment, Tesla more than makes up for boardroom losses, with strong potential, having sold 51% of BEVs in Q4 and up 1% from the third quarter. 3. Unilever aims to achieve net zero emissions by 2039, including a 100% reduction in all greenhouse gas emissions and a significant percentage reduction in Scope 3 emissions, which include emissions from land use, manufacturing, and energy usage. Unilever has initiated a $1.5 billion share buyback scheme, with an initial tranche of $850 million. This indicates that they wish to give the owners their money back and think the business is financially sound. Unilever distinguishes out from other firms in the consumer cyclical category with a 3.3% yield and a forward payout ratio of 57%, giving it enough opportunity to grow its dividend in the future. 4. Microsoft is working to increase carbon-free electricity, reduce emissions, and improve biodiversity according to its 2024 Environmental Sustainability Report. Contracted renewable energy and carbon reduction projects exceed 19.8 gigawatts. Data center growth and materials have increased Scope 3 emissions. There are numerous ESG features in Microsoft Cloud for sustainability. They are also improving emissions, data management for all three scopes, and providing tools for more accurate reporting and calculations. 5 is Cisco Systems. ESG programs demonstrate their commitment to environmental and social responsibility. Several major rating agencies have granted Cisco strong ESG rankings. Cisco has a 12.4 Sustainalytics ESG risk score, indicating good performance. MSCI rates Cisco AA, indicating a market leader, while Refinitiv rates it 85, indicating greatness. Cisco aims to be carbon neutral by 2040. End quotes. Now something a little unusual with this article titled 5 Climate Tech Companies to Watch in 2024. It's by Jake Smiths and found at msn.com. However, only 2 of the 5 companies are public, so they are the ones covered here. 1. DOTZ, that's D-O-T-Z, a leading nanotechnology company traded on the Australian Stock Exchange, is at the forefront of innovation in carbon-based nanotechnologies. The company is dedicated to developing cutting-edge climate and industrial nanotechnologies, with a primary focus on pioneering carbon dioxide CO2 management solutions, guiding us towards a carbon-neutral future. Central to DOTZ's efforts is DOTZ Earth, a revolutionary CO2 capture carbon-based sorbent technology, specifically crafted for industrial decarbonization. DOTZ Earth effectively addresses 2 pressing environmental challenges: industrial carbon emissions and plastic pollution. This groundbreaking technology ingeniously utilizes plastic waste as its primary raw material for creating a solid sorbent, facilitating CO2 capture and storage, and marking a significant contribution to the global fight against climate change. 2 is NuScale Power, has introduced a groundbreaking nuclear power plant that surpasses the large gigawatt nuclear facilities of the past in terms of intelligence, safety, cleanliness, and cost competitiveness. They specialize in developing and commercializing small modular reactors, SMRs. At the core of the NuScale Power plant is the NuScale Power Module, NPM, an SMR that consolidates traditional components, the reactor vessel, steam generator, pressurizer, and containment, into a single, simplified, and fully factory fabricated unit. Each NPM has the capacity to generate 77 megawatts of electricity, and the NuScale plant can accommodate up to 12 NPMs, totaling 924 megawatts gross. This scalability, a distinctive feature of NuScale, enables the customization of facility output to align with demand and project economics." End quotes. Now, pleasing ethical investors in the LGBTQ+ community will be this information in an article titled 5 Undervalued Stocks from Morningstar's New LGBTQ+ Index. Its author is Quinn Rennell and is seen on Morningstar.com. Here's some of what he has to say. The index's 5 cheapest constituents based on price to fair value. A ratio above 1 is considered overvalue, and a ratio below 1 is undervalued. Source: Morningstar, data as of June 7th, 2024. First company is General Motors. The Execupride score, 7. Fair value uncertainty, high. Next is Mercedes-Benz Group. Execupride score, 7. 7 appears to be really high. Fair value uncertainty, high. Woodside Energy Group. Execupride score, 4. Fair value uncertainty, medium. Roche Holding. Execupride score, 4. Fair value uncertainty, low. Bristol Myers Squibb. Execupride score, 7. Fair value uncertainty, medium. So go to my website, the podcast page at investingforthesoul.com/podcasts, and find this edition to get much more understanding of all this and more information, as well as a link to the actual article. So, end quotes on that. Now, honourable mentions from the UK. We have 2 of them. One, title, Best Performing Sustainable Funds in 2024 on morningstar.co.uk by Suneva Kolostik. 2, title, The ESG Funds Making a Comeback on investorschronicle.co.uk by Dan Jones. Well, these are my top news stories with their stock and fund tips for this podcast titled Best Vegan and Climate Tech Stocks. Now, please click the like and subscribe buttons on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you download or listen to this podcast. That helps bring these podcasts to others like you. And please click the share buttons to share this podcast with your friends and family. Let's promote ethical and sustainable investing as a force for hope and prosperity in these deeply troubled times. Contact me if you have any questions. Thank you for listening. I'll talk to you next on July 12th. Bye for now. Learn how to create a simple portfolio reflecting your personal values by taking my 1-hour tutorial. Go to investingforthesoul.com/podcasts and click the link in the right-hand column for my DIY Ethical Sustainable Investing Pays tutorial. Now, I'll mention in the podcast if I have any direct interest or holdings in companies or securities I'm talking about. Furthermore, any news, opinions, analysis, or other information offered by myself, as well as references and information to or from other external sources in this podcast, is provided as general market information and should not be relied upon, and thus does not constitute investment advice. Investors should consult their own licensed investment professional before making investments. Also, I will not accept liability for any loss or damage, including without limitation any loss of profit which may arise directly or indirectly from use of or reliance on information in this podcast. do contact me at ronr@investingforthesoul.com. Signing off, this is Ron Robbins.